What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pulse on the Market. Well, can't even say welcome back. This is the first episode, and I really hope nobody's ever going to listen to this because this is day one. And I'm currently an aspiring fund manager. At least I'm starting a fund here pretty soon, and I'm using this podcast really as a way for me to go deep into the weeds and do the research and to provide overall insights for my listeners. But this is entirely for me at this point, and I really hope no one hears this seriously. Anyways, so to get a brief overview of how the market's doing. So currently, it was a rough day for the market today. The Dow's down 0.82%, the Nasdaq down 1.9%, S&P 500 1.6%, the small micro caps down 2.45%. That is unfortunate. Oh, hold up. I wasn't sure if that was still recording. Sweet. All right, we're good. All right, we're good to go. Along with that, we had the semiconductors and the chip stocks. They took a huge hit today with Nvidia down 2%, down to 615. We had Microsoft after that earnings report, along with Google. Microsoft down 2.69%. Google's down 7% after taking a hit, just underperformed on the earnings. They didn't do as well as people thought they were going to do. They actually they beat the estimates, but they I guess they didn't beat the estimates as much as people were thought, and the guidance just isn't there for Google. And AMD also took a hit. That's another one tied to Nvidia. But I'm not too concerned about the stocks. It's most probable that they'll rebound. They always do. Anyways, Tesla's down again. Tesla had a little dead cat bounce there for a second. It went back up to 192, I believe, and now it's down to 187. And it's the EV market's concerning right now. It's down tremendously, and especially with the whole thing that's going on in China. I don't know if you guys heard, but Elon Musk just had a huge mandate. He warned basically the entire world, especially the U.S. government, about the electrical vehicles in China, because as we know, the Chinese economy has been down horrendously. Like it's just not very good, the economy over there. But they've been dumping billions into electronic vehicles, into EVs, and they've been able to produce far cheaper compared to the Tesla 3 that was 30 grand. They're making cars that are around 10, 15 grand, and yeah, so that could be dangerous if they're able to export their cars in other countries, because we just aren't capable of producing cars at that rate and at that cheap of a price yet. So Elon said, "Hey, we got to put tariffs on the imports coming from China. Otherwise, it'll basically put Tesla under, because they will be unable to keep up with that." But speaking of that, they did have their first trial with Neuralink. That's pretty big, and I'm excited to see how that goes. That's pretty exciting stuff. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Shoot. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. Apparently, yeah, so Novo Nordisk just came out with one of their reports. And let's see how they did today. They 5.2%. I am a big fan of Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, the weight loss drugs. I think one of them was called Zepbound. I think that's Lilly's. And yeah, so it's just the lose weight quick scheme again, but it's working and people want it. Apparently there's celebrities losing 60 pounds in just a few months. There's cases like this where they just look like entirely different people. And there have been certain studies on the side effects of it, of just rapid weight gain after coming off the drug and just loss of appetite, and it just kind of messes with you. But the studies are still going on about Lilly and Novo Nordisk and their quick weight loss drugs. But hey, I can see a huge market for it. Right now, the problem with is supply. There's too much demand for it, not enough supply, and I think it's around $1,000-$1,500 per month to be on these drugs. So it's expensive right now, but people are still wanting that, because why diet if you can just inject a shot and lose that much weight in that short amount of time? All right, let's see here. Super micro computer. Wow, what a performance lately. That's actually so impressive. If we look over at the charts, just back in early January on the 18th, it was at 316. It is currently at 529.6. Wow, that's quite the investment. I hope you're in that, because if you did, you made some bank. Super micro computers. Pardon me. And I think post earnings report, yeah, they went from 496 up to 530, and it was going up and down pretty sporadically, but it seems to be just be on the uprise, which is awesome. I think they have their P ratio is 40, so I mean it's a tad high. It's definitely a growth stock, but we'll see how it's doing. Just the earnings have been drastically bigger. In the same quarter last year, Q3 of 2023, they did 1.63 EPS, and they just did 5.59. So that's what, like a 3x increase. That's insane in just 1 year. So I do see a lot of growth coming out of SMCI, and yeah, they're up 600% year to date, 90% already this year. These are some crazy numbers. And yeah, the analyst rating is buy. Technicals are saying strong buy, so it's not a bad look. I remember Arista Networks has been one of the top stocks for a lot of people, and it has been performing since the 8th of January. It was at 230, and it shot all the way up to 270, so it hasn't been bad. It's been a solid growth stock with a P at 45. Still, yeah, a little high. It's definitely a growth stock, but they're an electronic technology. I actually don't know too much about that stock, I'm not gonna lie, but I do see on a lot of radars, a lot of scanners are picking that stock up as a very good stock to buy, so wouldn't be a bad look. Let's see, Apple's been underperforming recently. It was at 195, but now it's down to 184. I forget what happened. There was some there's some issues with Apple, but to be honest, I don't see a whole lot of upside potential on Apple. It's just not exactly what it used to be. I mean, if Steve Jobs was still running Apple, it would be in the thousands. I really wish Steve Jobs was still around here to take control of Apple, but I fear I don't know what to expect from Apple. Their RSI on the 1 hour chart is currently at 22. So it is very underbought right now, and I can definitely see the stock rising just from the RSI index here. And yeah, because it historically speaking, it does usually fall the RSI. I mean, typically stocks do that, obviously, but yeah, we could see a little bit of growth out of it, but I don't see it exploding as it once did. And let's see here, poor Pfizer. All right, Pfizer has been taking it's been getting whacked all year, and they had stuff coming out with their pill, their COVID pill. They got back less than they were expecting, like less returned, but still, their EPS was 10 per share, so 10 cents a share, and compared to last year at $1.23, it's less than a tenth of what it was a year ago. And who knows? I mean, their PE is probably low. Let's check that out. Or no, it's definitely not. 76. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's not a good look. Pfizer, let's hope they can turn around this year. They definitely have potential, but year to date, minus 37%. They're down 37 points. Or just the year to date, 6 already this year. But yeah, the technical sell. Analysts are saying strong buy though. Let's take a look real quick at that. The max is 45, average 31, the current is 27, and the minimum is 23. So according to the analysts, it's not a terrible stock for this year, but that would be a pretty intense bet because yeah, I don't see it. They pay 6% dividend ratio, and that's just too much, especially for a stock that's just suffering. Like shoot, you guys need those earnings. I don't know why you're giving it to us. You guys need that more than we do. Shoot. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. Little news update. I've been seeing stuff on the Houthi rebels. If you're not aware of that already, I think it's off the coast off of Yemen. There's some bad stuff going on with the Houthi rebels. The Red Sea trade. They've been attacking ships, specifically U.S. ships as well, and it's been hurting a lot of the trade going through there. I know the U.S. I feel like the military. But I saw certain things that the military was attacking, but just not. Like we already lost a couple soldiers too, so it's not going as pretty as we thought it would. But this could hurt the economy for sure if we can't get any ships across the Red Sea. That would not be good news. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Let's see. This is going a lot better than I thought it would for just like my very, very first show. Because I kind of just plugged in my mic and just sent it. So, hey, can't complain. Um, let's hope the markets can turn around here. Let me check this out. Yeah, but since Tuesday, so yesterday, it was up 38,548. The Dow Jones for an all-time high, if I recall correctly, and now it's down to 137. So it fell around 600 points in just 2 days. That's not a very good look. Not too concerned. We saw this coming. The RSI was through the roof. I think it was all the way up to 76 for the 1 hour chart here. 76 RSI on the Dow. Let's see what it was for the Nasdaq. Yep, 80. S&P 78. Yeah, so the market was definitely overbought coming into January, and we're obviously going to see a little correction here, a little pullback, especially with that much exuberance and with the Fed rate cuts. I forgot to mention that. So they had the meeting today, the Fed, and they do not plan on cutting rates until they see inflation or until they see lowered inflation rates. So that leaves us in the dark. We don't really know what to make of that because it's not impossible for a rate cut this year, but still, it wasn't what we were expecting. There's no hints at a future date, and they're just as inflation goes down, then they'll take a look at it apparently. So that is not good news. That shouldn't help the market at all. I would not be surprised if even tomorrow we see a little more pullback just from people not expecting rate cuts from the Fed. And yeah, they gave no hint, which is very unfortunate. I wonder how that's going to affect the market. I haven't been doing this for long enough to see how the market reacts to certain events like that, the cause and effect of it, but I'm sure it can't be too good. Let's see here. Jeez. I don't know if you guys saw on Intel. Intel took a hit. They underperformed, and I think, let's pull up the chart for Intel. Intel did not do so well. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, shoot. It was at 50 and it dropped all the way down to 42. So that was they took a smack. And I mean, Justin, let's see what the earnings were. They overperformed too. They up 20%, but I think the guidance was low for Intel, and people don't see a lot of growth coming for the next quarter. Let's take a quick peek at the projected. Yeah, no, that's not the best. So it estimates 0.16. That's what the analysts are projecting. And in comparison to a 0.54 just now, year over year, it was 0.13. So that's just not a lot of growth from Intel, and investors are pretty sketchy about this investment. So yeah, we saw a little pullback from Intel. They were performing pretty well, but yeah, now it's all the way down to $43 a share. Eef, that would hurt. Microsoft became the highest. They had the highest market cap at 2.95. Yeah.
Soldier, we need you down there.
What's up? I'm recording my podcast.
Oh.
Microsoft passes Apple they were at $3.05 trillion. They were over 100 billion, bigger than Apple in terms of market capitalization. And that's big news. To hit 3 trillion is no simple feat. And after the pullback for both Apple and Microsoft, Apple's currently at 2.85 and Microsoft is at 2.95. So down 100 billion for each company just off a couple of bad days. That's crazy to see. But Microsoft didn't even underperform. They beat the surprise by 5.73, or the estimates by 5.73%. And the revenues were pretty good as well. I don't know if it was the guidance that was misleading or that investors weren't too satisfied with. Or just the news of the market with the Fed rate cuts or whatnot, but it wasn't too bad. So I personally thought it was going to increase a little bit, and we did see a slight increase. It went up to 414, but now it's dropped all the way down to 397. And Yeah. So I believe that's it for today. I gotta go take an exam. I'm still a high or college student, my freshman year, but I love doing this, and I plan on giving you guys more insights, going deeper research, so that you guys don't have to. I'll keep you updated on the market, so you can make better market decisions, better educated financial decisions, and just so you can know what's going down. I'll be sure to include more real estate, more crypto, more anything in that term, just to help you guys be more well-rounded in this financial industry. But thanks. I'm Jaden Vrains, your host for Pulse in the Market. I hope I don't get sued for that name. I hope someone's not already using that. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Thank you.